What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? We are the Third String Podcast back with another episode, another jam-packed week of some interesting facts and new theories.
Yeah.
So, Daryl, what do you have for us today, good sir?
I think the biggest topic, I think this is the biggest news that has happened like in the sports in like a long time. I think the Houston Astros cheating scandal is just mind-boggling, man. And then it's like they cheated, but now Astros are kind of talking big, like,
Yep.
oh, what, you're gonna have to play us. And I'm like, but you're cheaters. I think Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, he was asked about giving the trophies back, and he was like, "That's a piece of metal. Why would I give a piece of metal?" And then he apologized for that.
Right.
You got people saying that they deserve a beating. Nick Markakis from the Braves said that.
Yeah.
That they I think I can't. Mike Trout was like, if I knew what was coming, I would.
Yep.
Was Stanton. He was like, if I knew
I would have had 80 home runs.
80 home runs.
Yeah, instead of like something.
Like, he didn't get 50, and he was like, I had 80. Like, what do you make out of this? This is like, to me, this is kind of astounding. I think the commissioner handled this completely wrong.
He still is. And then there's something else I wanted to pull up to talk about while we're discussing this. If I can get it up real quick.
Yeah. One thing, though, the commissioner said while you're pulling it up, he basically said beaming at them will not be tolerated, and people will get punished accordingly.
Ooh.
I thought that was interesting because you're punishing players for being upset that they cheated, but didn't punish the cheating players.
Yeah.
You didn't get, like, there's only one solution here. One solution.
Yeah.
Take the trophies away.
Agreed.
Take the rings away.
Agreed.
Altuve's MVP away.
Agreed.
Like, this somebody made a great point, and I'll let you hand it over just when I make this point.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie Bush got his Heisman taken away, right?
That's what I always go back to.
Because somebody gave him money, right?
Yeah.
That didn't affect the game in any way, right?
No, he was still the most dominant player.
Fab Five, remember them?
Yep.
Fab Five?
Yep.
They got a bunch of games stripped for them.
Yep.
Did those, because they received money.
Correct.
Did that have anything affecting the game?
Nope.
These affected the game. And because he was like, I don't know, like, the consequences of me stripping them. Like, whatever, man. Go ahead.
You know. All right. Pulling this up here. Let me see if you can see it.
Yes.
I just wanted to bring this up. You guys can read it. How LeBron James, I'm actually shocked that this went very well for him for tweeting this, even though some people were like, you don't know anything about baseball. I'm like, he even says, though, like, he's in the sports. Yeah. he's in the sports world, which is true.
Right.
And he would be very mad. People are backing him and, like, really, like, behind him on this tweet.
I'm with him.
I like it. I always question. It's always weird when he speaks out. It's like, what's your purpose? But I like that he cares because he does kind of follow baseball. Or in a lot of sports in general. Yes, he is. So which means his team got robbed. His fan team.
Yep.
So, I'm wearing the Yankees hat. That's my AL team. I know that's weird. But yeah, it sucks, and I like that he's a big voice that's saying, things about it, and people are actually saying positive things about LeBron with this, rather than saying it's your fault. It's your fault that the Astros did this, because they would usually say something like that. So
yeah, it's all your fault.
Yeah, so I think it's ridiculous, and you know what? Also, you mentioned this is big news, which it is. Have you seen with soccer? Did it come across your timeline about Man City?
No.
They're banned for 2 years from, like, the championship league.
Oh, wow.
So I guess not the whole season, but as far as any playoff stuff like that.
So are you saying that the Astros should be banned from the playoffs?
They should be banned, just like Man City. And then from what I heard, I discussed this with somebody, that their trophies from those years are going away and they're actually going to be rewarded to the second place team. Now, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that part. I think you should just asterisk it. I mean, just there's no champion that year.
Right.
There's
But
no MVP.
this one's interesting. And let me explain why this one's a little more interesting. So this is what they did. I guess they laundered money.
Right.
They laundered money, which they used that money to buy the best players.
Okay.
So I first argued this. I said, okay, why didn't you beat them? So if they have three of the best players in the league on top of a core good team around them,
Right.
this is what was argued back at me. Of course they're gonna win. I'm like, I guess that makes sense. But I'm like, you still should have beat them. They were like, they wouldn't have had those best players if they couldn't afford them.
Right.
So I'm like, okay,
cheating ways. They got it from cheating ways.
Right. So they benefited from cheating just like the Astros did. You won a ring.
Right.
You won a pennant, and then they won championships because they bought the best players. Well, you guys stole signs, which is what the game's really important about. So yeah.
And it's different. People say, well, there's sign stealing all the time. Like football, you see the coaches, they hide their faces when they do a play. Yes, it's different from somebody doing something and you pick up on it than you actually having technology recording it, then buzzers and bringing on trash cans to know what call is coming. Those are completely two different things.
Yeah, this one's out there. And I think both cases are wrong. I don't know what this commissioner's doing, if he's paid off or if something.
It's just, isn't it a head scratcher? Because he didn't even say threaten other players. Like if this ever happens again, he didn't even do that. So it was.
I don't know how long his contract is, but he will probably be let go from his role.
It hurts baseball because even the players are saying you didn't do enough as commission. Like usually players don't go at other players.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying you didn't do enough here.
But think about owners too.
Yeah.
Your squad got robbed. Wonder if you were 1 to 2 games out from contention to even making like the wild card.
Right.
And you got robbed because of something that happened.
Under question.
Everything falls under that.
Looks like, remember when he was dominant in the season, he gets to the playoffs and you're like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, even that is under question because they're cheated.
Yeah, you're right.
Cheaters. I had to think about, and this is why I at first I didn't agree with banning them out of the playoffs for this year, but this is why I do agree with you.
Yeah.
What happened if they make it? What happened if they go back to the World Series? Do you really, as baseball, want to handle that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
The whole playoffs. So I'm with you.
Are people gonna watch?
Right. And
interesting question.
Just to suspend them out. I thought Manfred handled it wrong. Crane, the owner, we talked about a lab podcast where he said, I don't know if it affected the game. That idiotic comment.
All right.
The Houston Astros players are like, they got to see us now. I'm like, how these people act so big and bold and they blatantly cheated? This is your fault.
Yeah, you're right.
This is your fault. I'm with you. They should not be in the playoffs.
Nope, they should be banned.
Stripped from them. Altuve's MVP, their World Series trophy and ring. They should be confiscated. And I'm not with giving them to the second place team. I don't even know if you're the second place team, you'll want it.
No.
But I'm just saying that there's just no champion. No champion.
I agree. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust some things.
No, it's all good. Hey, quick question though.
Yeah, what's up?
If the Braves got caught cheating after they won a World Series, what would you say?
That's interesting.
I thought about
it. I mean, I'd be shocked because I just don't think we have it in us. But I would what's fair is fair. Be honest.
Yeah. I would still walk around saying I'm champion.
Yeah, because we beat you.
Just like Reggie Bush should still say he's the Heisman winner. But
he is, because he literally was one of the best things that ever happened to college football.
Right. I just thought about it. This was me when I feel the same way. But the point is, it's not. So I don't have to really.
Right.
I don't have to deal with that, but baseball really needs to clean it up. I already think baseball. I think average fan is like 60 years old.
Old, yes.
How does this help? How does this help?
It doesn't.
It doesn't help. So I'm with you, man. Strip it.
Yeah. All right. So let's segue to some football.
Cool.
All right.
We talking about we're gonna talk about Myles Garrett first.
Yeah, we can go for it.
Cool. So Myles Garrett just got reinstated, and he is still saying that he heard Mason Rudolph say the N-word.
Right.
Miguel,
yes.
Do you believe Myles Garrett?
I said it from the jump. To be honest with you, I said it from the jump when I first saw it happen. I watched the game and then I turned, but then when the next day I saw it on ESPN and it was on all over
everywhere.
It was like CNN. It was on everything. I was like, this is not looking good for you.
Right.
I immediately said he's not like that.
Who, Myles Garrett?
Yes.
Right.
He's a beast. He's into comic books. He's into different things. Like he's a calm-mannered guy for the most part. So I said he had said something because you don't keep attacking somebody and running after them.
Right.
This is what I said. This is my first initial thoughts. So with him sticking with this, I believe it, but I still thought it was weird. I was like, I know it's wrong, right? You get called racist, racist names. But is this your first time ever being called that?
Right.
Where you snap like that?
Right.
I'm not saying we should let it go, right? But I'm saying he snapped like this is the first time I've ever heard this. I don't know what's going on. Nobody's ever treated me like this or called me these names. Which, believe it or not, I heard it happens often in the NFL.
Right.
So I don't know. And plus, I heard that you'll get a flag / a fine if the refs hear you say
I think they stop that because the problem is the most people that will use the N-word are black people. So you're just punishing black people.
Correct. That's facts.
So it was right. It was borderline racist. I think the tone was trying to stop any racial comments, but the only people who really use it are black people. So my view of it is the exact same when we first talked about it. I do not believe Myles Garrett. I don't think he's telling the truth. Why? Because first of all, no Browns player corroborated that story. Nobody else but him has heard that word. And when he got in trouble, when he got off the field, he didn't say anything. He said it the next day. It sounded so convenient. I was shocked that he's still kind of holding on to it because I think he would have just let it go. This is my theory. If he actually heard it.
Right.
There were two. Pouncey was one. I don't know who the other player was trying to tackle him as well.
Yeah.
Maybe one of them said it. I just don't believe. Maybe he heard it.
It was Pouncey who's black, and it was the other lineman who's white.
Yeah. So I'm guessing maybe Pouncey said it, and
or
he thought it was him, and he thought it was Mason Rudolph. That's my only kind of thinking. But my problem is, if somebody called me if I'm at work and I just slapped a coworker for calling me the N-word, that would be the first thing I say. Why did you do it, Daryl? He called me the N-word.
You're right.
He didn't do that.
You're right.
He didn't do that. I don't know.
You're right.
I don't believe Myles Garrett. I just find it hard to believe. I want to believe him.
You remember I said this was my first initial thoughts. So my first initial thoughts meet up with his continuous
his personality.
Yes. That he believes that it was said. So how do I feel now? I just don't know. I want to know the truth is what I want to know. I want to know
I don't think we'll ever know.
Yeah, no, we won't. We won't, but
I'm sorry, Myles Garrett. I don't believe.
Yeah, if so, I'm sorry that happened. That's terrible. He should be in trouble if so. But he did get suspended though. Rudolph.
Games. Oh, yeah. Rudolph.
He got suspended
he got fined. He got fined.
Yeah. Okay.
$500,000. And Myles Garrett only got suspended 6 games. That's not really.
And now he's back.
Yeah, not really that much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not for what he did. Like he
Right.
could have cracked his head wide open.
Yeah, that's true. If he just turned the helmet the other way.
Yeah, he could have cracked his head.
Yeah. So I thought that was absolutely ridiculous. Now, with that being said, in my position now, my thought process is you got reinstated.
Mm-hmm.
So the day of or the day after you go out and still say this,
Yeah.
I just feel like if they didn't believe you the first time, I don't think X amount of months, let's say half a year goes by, they're gonna be like,
like,
"You're
why
right,
bring it up?
you're right."
It's
So
different if you
yeah,
weren't getting reinstated and you're like,
correct. And then you just make a random post, interview, or anything like that.
yeah,
But you get helped. You are potentially about to be banned from the league, period, slash a whole another
right,
half a year and or a whole full year.
right.
So you didn't count your blessings, good sir.
Yeah,
If you ask me.
yeah, I don't believe. I don't want to. I don't want to say. I don't believe it. I can't even go. I don't believe Miles.
I'm just not sure.
I don't believe him. I just think that if you would have, he would have been said. There was no reason not to kind of hide it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. That's what the debate's about.
Right.
Mutual friends with mixed reviews on it, but yet we come together with it and it, let you guys decide. So let us know in the comment section below, and or as you see the ticker right there on social media, let us know what you think, if you believe him or not.
Right.
I don't know. It's mixed. Like I said, my first initial thoughts, it was before I heard anything about it, from just seeing the replay of it, I'm like, he said something. And then, okay, let me ask you really quick. I know you mentioned it again, but just to kind of like say it again for the people watching and listening, what were your thoughts as why he did it?
Why he swung on him?
Yeah. And why he kept going at him, might I add?
No, because I think he charged at him first on the ground. He tried to pull his helmet. Mason Rudolph tried to pull Myles Garrett's helmet off while he was on the ground, and he kept charging back at him. I just think it was the energy of the moment.
Yeah,
and that's why he kind of went off for the moment.
Okay.
I don't believe. If it was the N-word, I just believe you would have said it like right after it happened, and he didn't do it. No other teammate corroborates that story.
Yeah.
Defensive line, nobody from his defensive line who she should be close with said this happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you couldn't hear it. Nobody else corroborated this story. Maybe he misheard.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't believe. I don't really honestly believe he heard it at all. I think scapegoat.
If he did hear it from somebody else, right? I don't think Pouncey sounds like Rudolph, or Rudolph sounds like Pouncey.
No, I just think he heard it. I just think it was. Or he might have thought he heard it in the passion of the moment.
That's interesting. If so, that's a thing.
Yeah, just in the moment, I think he might have thought but then I don't even believe that, because then why didn't he say it right after the game? Wasn't he very apologetic after the game?
Yes, and wonder if he was embarrassed for snapping like that, for being called a name.
Maybe.
Wonder if he was embarrassed right off the bat by saying, like, you're supposed to turn the other cheek, supposedly.
Maybe, but
and he's over here saying, like, they'll think of me wrong if I say that I snapped because of he called me a name. Ooh, but you're like 6'5" and you're super like swole, and he's little, and you came out to him like that seems wrong. Giving him the benefit of the doubt, maybe it was that.
If he called me if he really called him the N-word, he should have ripped
just something. Yeah,
he could have just. I'm cool. Well, not with the helmet, but I'm cool with him trying to fight him. But I just don't believe it happened, man. I just don't. Mason Rudolph still denies it, but that's not a surprise. What else is he?
Not at all. Not at all. Anything he says, I don't back. In this situation,
I just think, right or wrong, he's supposed to say he didn't do it.
Correct.
Tomlin knows him, backs him. Again, he's supposed to, because there's no evidence to say he did it.
Yeah.
It's just nobody else. I think Baker Mayfield, they asked Baker Mayfield about it. He was like, I ain't hear nothing like that. So it's just like
You weren't on the field anyways, but
that is
just
true.
stop
He wasn't on the field.
just
But
stop asking people.
I'm just like, you couldn't be in the locker room like he called me this. Like no, it was nothing.
Yeah.
I just kind of don't believe it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Something you may not believe, the NFL may be getting extra games, and I put a plural on that because I'll let you explain what I mean by that.
Yeah, so they had a meeting today with the owners, and they vote to approve the new CBA. And basically, it's their side of the CBA. The Players Association still has to vote on it as well.
Correct.
But basically, in this, they have the opportunity to add an extra game and also an extra team to both the AFC and NFC to the playoffs. So it'll be 7 teams with only the first ranked teams getting a bye. So only the 49ers and Baltimore Ravens this year would have got a bye.
Correct.
Everybody else would have came in. So you would have saw the Steelers and the Rams in the playoffs if it would have happened this year.
Correct. Yep. I like that side of it. Now, the other side, as far as the regular season game, I promise you this right now, Daryl, unless it is kind of like how the Eagles were under fire and all that stuff, where they had to play till the end, right?
Right.
They had to play to the end to make a playoff seed.
Right.
If you are already solidified in the playoffs, ain't no star playing in that last game. / if you're out of the playoffs, ain't no star playing in that last game.
Right.
Nobody's playing in that last game.
They don't want it. So why would they if it doesn't matter?
Like, if I'm out the playoffs,
right?
Why am I playing in that last game? If I'm already locked in the playoffs, like the Ravens were, like they lost what? They 2 games, 4?
Yeah.
Whatever game. Like, they were already super set in the playoffs. They were comfortable, locked in first seed. Why would I play that last game?
Yeah, the players don't want it. The owners are trying to say we'll give you an extra bye week, and you're gonna lose a preseason game, which the 4th preseason game was trash anyway.
Yeah.
And but the players are concerned about their safety. They also want the roster expanded from, I think it's 55. What is it? The roster?
57.
57 to, I can't remember. I think it's 67. I think they wanted 10 more roster spots.
That's kind of dope for people trying to make teams.
No, that's dope, but it's like those 10, like they're really just for like injuries purposes. But yeah, you're right. For people who trying to make,
hey, that's a difference between not having a team, and or being on a practice squad and getting less money, but to actually dressing and still not playing.
Right.
But salary wise, that's a huge difference.
So that's another thing. So you got to talk about the money share. This is my view of it.
You can have a whole podcast breaking that down to see the pros and cons and see where does it level out for the players. Like, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? I think there's a lot of different like scenarios with it.
I think it depends what you think. Like, I don't think we necessarily we're thirsty for another game. I mean, more football is good, I guess, but
minus preseason, because preseason,
preseason. But I don't think the fans were like thirsty for another game. I don't think this is my thing. I think this is purely based off greed. And
it's a financial thing for sure.
Yeah, but that's what makes me kind of weary about it. It's purely based off greed. The owners didn't want this. I mean, the players didn't want it. The fans. I mean, I think the fans are okay with it, but it's not like they weren't begging for another game. They weren't begging for another playoff, saying the playoffs are so unfair. Let's try to change the rules. Like,
now, honestly, I do like that extra playoff and only one bye. I like that, because how interesting would the first rounds be if you have more people playing in it? If you only had one team sitting out on both sides, that's kind of cool.
So then you have a little less than half of the league in the playoffs.
Hey, that's cool.
No, I think, to me, it doesn't move the meter for me anyway.
No, I like that side. I don't like the regular season thing. I think that's literally a glorified extra preseason game. No, it is a glorified preseason game because you said it would be 3 preseason games, then
Yeah.
jump the season.
Yeah.
Believe you me, like I already mentioned, that last game is just going to be the preseason game moved all the way to the end of the season.
Yeah, because you're basically saying that for half the league, it's not gonna matter because they're either out of it or in it, and for those in the middle, you'll see them.
Yeah.
But even those in the middle, them going hard for an extra game, will that cause more injuries? So I mean, it's certain things that have to be thought about. But to me, this is purely based off greed, and that what makes me not trust it.
I don't trust it in general. I don't think we need it. I think 16 is long. That's a lot of games.
Long, especially if you're like me and you play fantasy football. And like me, I had all 4 teams make the Super Bowl. Draining. I get to the point in the playoffs. I'm so happy for the playoffs because I could just watch. And I'm like, do I want another week of just
stress
making decisions?
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. But I don't know. It's based off. It's just because it's strictly based off group. And all the owners, it wasn't a unanimous vote. They don't know the number of the owners who voted what.
Right.
But it wasn't unanimous. So there is some owners who didn't agree with this. I'll be interested if we ever hear who they are, why they are. But I just think it's just pure based off greed, man.
Right.
And that's what, and they want it done before the new contract, the TV contracts come up. Because with an extra game,
when that is,
I don't know. I don't know, but they're trying to push it, and that's what the players are trying to push back on. Because the players are like, you guys are trying to run this down our throats for a reason, and we can't trust that.
No.
But the TV contracts is what they're.
You know how much money they would make?
Yeah, stupid.
Man, they already make too much money. So yeah, I don't know.
It's already $1 billion business with an extra game, 2 extra playoff games.
Yeah. And people are gonna watch a regular season extra game more than they would a preseason.
Right.
Extra game,
especially not the last game.
Right. So you're talking about millions, if not billions, of additional extra money right then and there. So yeah,
I would think the players would have to get a significant amount of money.
That's what I thought. I thought about that too.
Right.
I thought about that the couple of teams that have the bye, where they're not playing in the playoffs. You might have to believe that they might get paid more for making the playoffs and then also sitting out. You might have to reward them more. And then you might have to just increase because they get paid extra for making the playoffs. Whether it be wild card or whatever. Well, wild card gets they get extra, but they don't get as much as like the next round.
Right.
But you get paid extra for making it. And you get paid extra for winning it.
Yep.
Because what? Tebow? When you beat the Steelers, you got like $500,000.
Had to be a Tebow reference.
Got $500,000 on an 82-yard slant, man.
You had to have a Tebow reference.
Hey, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, and I missed that game, might I add. I was
actually in the club I was in the club for some party.
And it was on?
Yeah, they played it.
Live, or you saw the replay?
It was live. I think it was a day party that I was at.
Oh, okay.
But
nah, I was at work.
Either way, we're going off topic.
Yeah.
I guess I don't think good or bad about this.
Yeah.
It's kind of whatever happens. I just don't want the players to be cheated.
Yeah.
And it sounds like the owners sometimes try to cheat the players.
I agree with that. That's facts.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see. I don't have any strong opinions about it.
Yeah. I don't know.
What I do have strong opinions about, though, is Drew Brees coming back.
Yes, sir.
Drew Brees coming back.
What are your initial thoughts before you elaborate on it? Good, bad, cool, happy?
Well, it's good for the NFL, bad for
the Falcons.
Bad for us Falcons. But I mean, Drew Brees is great. I'm kind of weird because I'm kind of in an era that I kind of want the old quarterbacks to kind of go. So I'm kind of.
I mean, we all do. We all do. But at the same time, Drew Brees he's a good guy. But he's playing in our division, so yeah,
he's playing in our division.
I get it.
Because Eli's gone, Phillip Rivers, they're not resigning him. You want Roethlisberger, Breeze, Brady. You kind of want to move on and have the new ones, but that's just
is Aaron Rodgers in that?
I don't know. No, I think he's
almost like
almost
right
there.
here,
Yeah.
And then he's about to be in there.
Yeah, he's about to be in there. Matt Ryan to me is all the way in there.
he's in the Hall of Fame of that.
Yeah, but I think for the Saints stuff, they still have a really good team.
No, they have a great team. Now, are they going to sign the other two big like quarterbacks?
No, I think they might not sign either one of them because Tyson Hill thinks he's a starting franchise quarterback, even though he's thrown 13 passes in the NFL.
Yo, that dude's nasty at everything he does.
Yeah, but he's not a starting franchise quarterback.
The dude can block punts, he can throw, he can run, he can catch, he can kick return. Yeah, he literally is incredible.
That's what we want our quarterback to do.
That is true. But he's in shape and he's like swole. Like he can take the hits and stuff.
He's almost like a Tim Tebow as built. He's huge.
Tebow was bigger than him, and this dude is like.
He reminds me of Tebow.
Yeah, I can see that, but like he's built like a receiver to me, or a tight end.
Any good? Why didn't he start over Bridgewater when Breeze got hurt?
Is he really trying to actually continue on as a quarterback?
Yes, he wants to be a franchise quarterback.
Do you know why he wants to do that?
Because
the highest paid position.
Oh, I just said Sean Payton gassed him up to think
because he actually can throw, and he played quarterback in what college or whatever.
He was BYU's quarterback.
Yeah, and I just think because it's the highest paid position, and if he can do well enough, and you shouldn't be mad at him. And let me explain why you shouldn't be mad at him for this. Just at least this reason.
Okay.
How many trash quarterbacks are there in the league?
True. No, that's true.
Then you're on the sidelines, or he's not actually on the sidelines because he's still playing. But as far as the quarterback position, he's over there like, I'm better than these guys that he's watching on the field.
No, that's true.
And they're getting contracts?
That's true. I mean, that is true.
I'm not mad at him at all for this.
No, you shouldn't ever be mad at anybody trying to get their opportunity, their money.
Yeah.
I just don't think so. I think Bridgewater's a better quarterback. I don't think they'll sign either one of them. I really think they should draft a quarterback for next year. So when Drew Brees retires, you can move somebody else in that position.
So what are they going to do if they don't get either or?
I think they're going to draft a quarterback
this year.
Yeah, I think Jordan Love is something people have been looking at. I saw mock drafts with him going there, so that's a possibility. Yeah, I think they would draft. I think Teddy Bridgewater. Chargers might look at Teddy Bridgewater.
I can see that,
as well as Marcus Mariota. Which I really hope, and this is going to.
I want him to come to the Falcons, man.
I was just about to say that. I hope Marcus Mariota doesn't get the contract he wants, so he could become a Falcon. And I know that sounds bad, but
what's funny is Bridgewater would probably be. No, would he be cheaper?
No, I think both. I think Bridgewater, for what he did, he was undefeated.
Yeah, you're right. So, and then he showed that he can still play.
I think Marcus Mariota would be cheaper.
You're right. I agree.
The only thing that makes Marcus Mariota maybe not cheaper is because he's dual threat quarterbacks. That's the trend, and he's a dual threat quarterback.
And he's not hurt. He just got beat out.
He's young.
Yeah, and he's young. That's true. Yeah. So with Drew Brees coming back, I think that's interesting. That also falls behind like what else is going to happen with the franchise. I would like them to have their little downtime, personally.
I love that. That's why I want Hill to be the quarterback.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's that good.
I think he's good in that system.
Yeah, he's good at what he does.
I even think that he can run that offense because he knows it very well.
You think he can play quarterback?
Just for them, yes.
Okay. I don't think he could do that.
We'll see in a second. We'll see what's going to happen. When do you think all this is going to happen? Around the draft, probably, right?
Probably so. I think free agency is about 3-4 weeks. What's draft? Draft is April
28th or something like that. It's always the end of April, and then the combine's coming up next week.
Yeah, because free agency is before the draft.
Okay, so you're still looking at about 2 months.
Right.
Yeah. And the draft is in 2 months. At the end of April. Right. Combine is next week at the end of February. Right. That I usually take off of work for that. Yeah, and watch. I don't know. I just think it's like I don't know. It's cool. It's a cool thing to watch. Like when especially when there's a star or somebody who wasn't on your radar, and he went to like a D3 school.
Right.
And he just dominates. Right. And it literally affects his draft stock in a positive way.
Right.
I think that's awesome. And I also don't like that.
I'm only watching players who potentially I read that the Falcons are looking at. That's the only reason I watch.
But the thing is, with these drafts or with these combines, a lot of that stuff sometimes changes too. Mm-hmm. Like some dude that's not on our radar can now be on our radar.
Right. That Senior Bowl does that.
Yeah, I still don't like the Senior Bowl.
Really?
I still don't like that Hurts did it, but I don't know.
Maybe because he has to show that he can throw.
Well, yeah, you're right. How bad that playoff was. He had to do it. He had to do it. So let me rewind. I got to throw this in there.
Okay.
I don't like that Tebow did it. That literally affected. This is fact.
That did it.
This is facts that he was so great. He wanted to be too loyal, and he ended up doing that, and he went under center.
Because he can't throw.
Ruined everything.
Yeah, he can't throw. So
he exposed himself.
Right.
He did. He went under center and never did it. He went, I think, once or twice in his whole he did 4 years of college. All 4 years he went under center twice. And then the third time, or the second or third time, was the Senior Bowl. He got exposed, and then his draft stock fell. He still was first round.
How much we get Tebow in this every podcast?
Like I have to.
Allie, how many times Tebow jumps in the podcast?
You don't understand. Like, okay, who's Georgia's hero? Like, he can't do any wrong.
Probably Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker is like the dude for University of Georgia. He can't do anything wrong.
Yeah, won us a championship.
Okay, that's true. Tim Tebow is that guy. But you got to understand this, and I know you know this. Each school has that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do anything wrong.
Right.
So yeah, that's him. That's him. I mean, he won us 2 championships.
2 championships. I'm just
almost 3.
How much he gets in this podcast. I just amazed.
You got to understand, I got to speak on my heroes. Okay. All right. I advise you to follow in my footsteps. Okay. So somebody else that needs to watch his footsteps and just kind of heal from his footsteps. Jordan Reed.
Yeah, Jordan Reed at one point was like a really good tight end.
Was it 2 E's or is it EAD?
No, it's 2 E's.
Okay, sorry. Some people Sneed is like SEAD.
Right.
SNEAD, something. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead.
So he got a concussion. He cleared concussion protocol, and then
how many times has he been hurt?
He's been hurt a lot.
Yeah, it's not just that one time.
You want to know who hurt him? Your boy, Keanu Neal.
I know.
Hurt him, and I think he's a guy that if we don't get Austin Hooper back, that we could get him for the cheap. And he could be our starting tight end just for the cheap.
Yeah.
Until I guess we find a permanent fixture, but I think he is what he is. He's injury prone, and
but very talented.
He's very talented. Yes, when he playing. Yes.
So with that being said, as far as the Falcons, you might want to get him for the low,
right?
But you'll also need a solid other guy too.
Yeah, I agree. But the only thing I kind of disagree with you is that with Jordan Reed, when he was with the Redskins, he was a focal part of the offense.
Yes.
He won't be here.
No.
Like the fourth, fifth option here. So maybe
it'll keep him healthy.
Yeah, maybe that'll keep him, because you got to understand whoever's going to be the running back. I'm assuming it's going to be a pass catching running back. I did read Kenyon Drake might be somebody we try to get.
I would like that.
I would like that too.
Yeah.
You got the wide receivers, Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones, and now Russell Gage. So
we love some Alabama boys.
Yep. and you still got Ito Smith.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be like the 4th, 5th option. So that might make him healthier. So that might make it worth getting him for the cheap.
I still say a solid another tight end because your track record is so bad.
It is
as far as injuries even in the articles it says injury prone tight end gets released. Like that shouldn't be in your legacy.
And then, do you think Dan Quinn and Thomas Dimitrov can afford to risk on him? Like they can't.
If not, somebody's gonna get him.
Yeah, but I'm saying that Dan Quinn and Thomas Dimitrov, every pick has to be right.
No, I agree. To the point, yeah, I agree 100%. And so maybe you should get him.
So we can get rid of him.
Maybe you should get him. Roll the dice.
Roll the dice. So
if it works out, we make the playoffs. Cool. If not, hey. So I talked to you about this, and we'll talk about it amongst everybody else now. Witten.
Yeah.
Do you think? So why do I mention that? He said he wants to possibly come back, but he also doesn't know if it'll be for the Cowboys.
Right.
When I saw that, I said, "Hey, that literally could be like Gonzalez."
Well, yeah, I guess
in a way. I said, but I don't think we can afford him.
I don't see why not. Witten, he's just like Witten's a possession guy. I think he keeps the line moving, the sticks moving, but that's who he is. So
he's a Mr. Reliable third down. Yeah.
So again, if you get him as the 4th or 5th option, just like I'm saying with Reed, he's fine.
So it's a possibility.
Yeah, I think we're so strapped against the cap, any cheap option is a possibility.
The funny thing is, both these guys are one, if so, is bound to be a Patriot.
I thought that too, especially if Tom Brady comes back. I can see.
If Tom Brady comes back, one of them are going to be Patriots.
Yeah, I actually thought about that, and that
if not both.
Both, yeah, I guess so. Because you would have to get, if you get Jordan Reed, you would have to get like insurance behind him.
Call up All-State for the to get him. But moving on, something I can't wait to talk about, and we promised you we'll talk about that we would talk about this.
Right.
NBA talk.
Yeah.
Shall we just go right into it since the second half at the time of recording is starting today?
Right.
Let's go back in the middle of the first and second half and talk a little bit of All-Star break, the whole weekend.
Okay.
What were your thoughts on, I know you were into this, the Rising Stars type of game?
I thought Zion did well. Young did well. I think it was Ja Morant as well. I always like the Rising Stars game because you kind of see the talent. I remember one year Deion Waiters and Tim Hardaway kind of went off on each other.
I remember that. Yep.
So the Rising Stars I enjoy that game. I didn't watch the celebrity one because it was kind of boring.
I haven't watched that in about 3 years.
Yeah, it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
The skill. I watched the skills competition. I was shocked that the big man.
They were dominating.
All the guards lost the first round.
They couldn't make the first pass.
Yeah. Yes.
None of them.
They couldn't make it. And that Bam Adebayo, I was shocked that he won it.
Miami was doing their thing.
The 3-point contest.
Devin can flat out shoot.
Yep. I heard people was dissing Trae Young that he got last place, and I was like, bro, it's a 3-point contest. For fun.
I have to. I can't let him off the hook.
Okay.
Can't let him off the hook.
Okay.
And I gotta piggyback that along with what's his name? Collins dunk contest. What was it last year?
Right.
2 of the worst performances I have seen from both of them. No more Hawks players need to be in this thing until we get right.
Well, hold on. We got second place in the skills competition last year.
I'm talking about dunk contest in 3.
Oh, you're just saying strictly that. Okay.
Because to me, skills are good, but they literally do put it in order of popularity.
Right.
Skills are always first, then
Right.
3,
Right.
and then we know dunk contest is the headliner.
Right.
Yeah, don't do the 2 headliner spots if you can. That Collins dunk thing last year, right?
Right, last year.
Yeah. And I think we talked about it on the podcast. That was so bad. Having all those like Tuskegee airmen out there, and you couldn't even jump over the makeshift plane thing.
Right.
Like it was so like he broke the plane trying to dunk, and then missed the dunk.
Right.
Now talking this year with Trey, I thought he was doing okay, and then like he had 15.
Yeah, he had the lowest points.
He had the lowest out of everybody in every round.
He was last place.
Yeah, so I get it. It's harder. It's hard. It's a hard thing. Everybody's watching you. You're not in rhythm. You're just picking the ball up and then shooting. Right. Yes, but how well did he practice?
But he played. He played in the Rising Stars. He played in the 3-point. And in the All-Star game. It was a lot.
What made you think I should do this? Even though I will say this real quick, pause. I think he probably had the best All-Star weekend.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he was definitely up there as one of the best ones.
As far as skill and fun. He had a lot of fun.
I think the only thing other than that is probably the Miami Heat as a whole. But yeah, I'm with you. He didn't play as much in the All-Star game as I thought.
He had 9 assists though.
He had 9 assists, but I think he only had like, I don't remember how many minutes he had.
But it wasn't a lot at all because like dude was smaller than everybody on the court.
Yeah, he is smaller.
But he could play. He made that half-court shot at the end.
Half-court shot.
And I loved how people were hyped for him. But what I was saying in general, dude was super happy to be there. Yeah. He was living it up like he was a kid. Because you got to think of this, Daryl. He should still be in college.
Yeah. It's his second year. Well, year and a half.
It should be his junior year.
Right.
His junior year of college.
Right.
And then some of his old teammates are still there.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But
he's having fun. I think he is. I had to think of what All-Star we've had equals what he's done. And I don't.
As far as what?
Just like stature. Like Joe Johnson was an All-Star, but he wasn't this. He wasn't Trae Young.
Mm-hmm.
So we had Al Horford. We had the year we had 4 All-Stars. They weren't
4 out of and it's still weird to me. It should have been all 5. DeMar should have been. I still to this day don't get why he wasn't there.
But they weren't that. They weren't Trae Young stardom.
No, they weren't. Those dudes barely played actually either.
Yeah. And of course we weren't. Dominique Wilkins is way before us. But
and I mentioning that guy that can't do any wrong, as far as Hawks fans as we are, he's that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I don't think he's the best commentator at all. But yeah. I don't.
Game now. But the actual All-Star game, I'm curious to know what you thought about it, because honestly, I didn't really watch it.
Yeah. You want to know my thoughts?
Just real quick.
Yeah.
It gets competitive when I'm ready to go to bed.
I told you.
So it's hard to
We could rewind last episode, and I told you that it would.
Yeah. So I don't.
Because it does every year.
Yes.
Now, for me to touch on this, I love, and I'm a big fan of this, and I meant to look that up. The dude who created the rule at the end, that the time clock goes off, and based off of the first 3 quarters, they do a master it's all calculation as far as what points that they should get to win. So this year was get to 157.
157, yep.
Yes, I forgot because the G League does this.
Mm-hmm.
The G League does this, and I forgot where it was first started. And I remember the guy, but I forgot to look it up. And since then, the guy just had this proposal, and then he issued it out, and then people have been trying it. Now it's proven it works. Now it's supposed to make the game go faster and more interesting because think about at the end of games. There's a minute and a half left.
Right.
All the fouls, all the timeouts, it gets boring. You play it's because of the hack-a-shack.
Right.
Helped and then eventually ruined the game at the end.
Right.
It did.
Right.
It
right.
did. So it's to prevent that, so to speak. So I like that it became kind of like a pickup game or like something like that, or we're playing 21.
Right.
They're getting the 157. I liked it. The first part of the game, as I predicted, it was going to be boring.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew with the regular time clock and or this new way, which I didn't know that they were going to do till I watched it.
Right.
With either or, I knew it was going to be competitive and interesting at the end. Now, what was awesome was, like somebody said on Twitter, shout out to whoever's idea was to have those little kids near the court.
Right.
And they were rooting their players on for charity.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That was genius because through it all, they were rooting for them. And then they were going at it like, who could chant harder or like louder?
Right.
It worked. I thought it was good.
Do you like, though, that the game ended on a free throw?
That's nobody's fault.
Okay.
So, or what are you trying to say? Like 21 that you like, we're 2020, we got to win by 2, type of thing.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I guess that still would happen because they did win by 2 on a free throw.
Because that and he had 2 free throw options. Wonder if he made both. It still ends on a free throw.
Yeah, it still ends on a free throw. I mean, like I said, I don't know the actual drama of it because I didn't watch it.
And that sounds like a Big 3 Ice Cube League thing by saying it can't end by a free throw. That sounds like something he would have.
I would like that. Ice Cube would.
He would do that, and I'd be okay with that in that league.
Yeah, he knows what the fans want.
Oh, he really does. I don't mind the Big 3, and if it comes back here, I would like for to go to that.
No, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
I mean, I think next year I'm gonna pay a lot more attention to the All-Star game because of it got such rave reviews.
I try to warn you.
I don't like any All-Star game. I don't find them interesting. I don't.
That's the best one.
Yeah, so next year I'll do a little better job watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Right.
I'm interested. How do you think the next half of the season? Well, half of the season, 26 games left, including the one that we're playing now. How do you think the Hawks are going to do the rest of the season? Or what do you, let's not say what you think they're going to do. What do you want to see from them? Because they're top 10 in scoring.
Yeah.
But they're second to last in defense. Right now.
With the defensive-minded coach.
Yes, with a defensive-minded coach. Right now, it's almost third quarter. Heats have 96 points.
What do we have?
We have 88. So we're hanging with.
Weren't we just winning by 11?
Yeah, when we started it, yeah.
That's what defense wins championships.
Defense wins championship. The Heats are one of the best teams in the league.
Yes, they are.
96 points and not even a 4 quarters is a lot of points. So what do you want to see? I guess I already told you what I want to see.
Just better defense. Better defense, and then make a run for a higher seed in the Eastern Conference. That's it. I don't expect anything else. And development for the other young guys to develop and get better.
I think you're right.
That's it.
I don't even know if we're going to see Clint Capella.
I want it.
I just want to. I'm like you. I just want to see defense, and I want to see rebounding. If I see that, even if we lose, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to see defense, man, and I want to hear Trae Young stop crying.
Yeah.
And because I already tell you he's problematic to me with some of the comments he makes.
Right.
Like you would think he was a 7. Like, don't be Devin Booker. Yeah. Atlanta Hawks, please don't be Devin Booker, where the Phoenix Suns had this all-star player and done nothing with them.
Nope.
I think the Hawks are making moves to try to make a winning team.
I agree.
Trae Young is trying to rush this process so much.
Yeah.
Let Cam Reddish develop. Let DeAndre Hunter develop. Herter has been really inconsistent.
Yeah.
John Collins. I told you only 3 consistent players have been John Collins, Trae Young, and now Cam Reddish. I love Jeff Teague. He needs to come back.
Yeah.
I hope they re-sign him. Trae Young has 29 points. It's not even the end of the third quarter yet.
He's always gonna get his. Watch the game or not, you'll look back and you'll be like, dang, he had 25, he had 30. Like,
yeah, it's just he don't play defense, and you just want defense, and that's all I want: defense.
Yeah, well.
I'm actually thought about you because I'm actually turning into you. I'm starting to think Lloyd Pierce maybe not the answer.
He's not. At least not. He could be a great assistant.
Right.
He's defensive minded. Let him focus on that.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think he's the answer for such a young squad when he's young himself. Sometimes that works, but I just don't think he has that. I don't know him like that, but that toughness to get it through, that message across. But I don't know.
If you look at teams like New Orleans is doing really well, but look at Memphis. Look how young Memphis is, and they're in the 8th seed. Yeah. So you're like, what are they doing that kind of?
And that's on the the West.
On the West, on the harder conference.
The hardest,
they're the 8th seed. What are they doing that we're not? And
coaching.
That it's probably defense.
Yeah, and which starts with the coach.
Yeah.
I just don't. It's a philosophy. It's a mindset. It's a mentality. And they're not absorbing what he's teaching. I don't even know if he's still teaching it. I don't. Right. I don't, because you came in, that was supposed to be your whole like MO. I don't think he is anymore, but he may not be. And as I mentioned, I read somewhere, and I mentioned it prior, they may be, saying peace out.
Right. They have to start playing. Like, I just want to see defense.
And we can't afford to keep waiting too long.
That's true.
On growing.
No, that's true. We should have been fighting for playoffs or in the play. We should definitely be in the playoffs next year.
Yes.
The playoffs is a problem.
I agree. For multiple reasons. Longevity of the players, mentality of the players that want to still be there. Then also, again, you are in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to come play here if you're a superstar?
Right.
But don't have us continue to lose that like edge. Like, I think we were building it with Trey. People might want to play with Trey.
Right.
You have something there.
I agree.
Now,
I told you the draft pick they should get. I went on camera.
Yeah.
I said it last. LaMelo Ball.
And honestly, as far as selling tickets and possibly winning games, that's a smart tactic.
Yep. And the only thing, this is because we don't need a starter. We have our starting lineup. We don't need a starter. And also, which, his dad might have something to say about that. But the only thing that knocks on LaMelo Ball is he doesn't play defense. If he played defense like his brother, it'd be no brainer.
So we're going to have no guard playing defense?
That's the only – I just think he's going to come off the bench and him and Trae Young together would be great.
Trey, I know you don't play defense. You're starting, and then LaMelo come in and do the same thing.
That's the only thing that kind of like makes me iffy about it.
Yeah.
Is that, but I also think because they already played 3-point guard sets with Goodwin, Teague, and Young. So I'm just saying Ball, Teague, Young is still the 3-point guard set. So you still got Teague who plays defense.
Right.
Reddish who plays defense. Hunter who plays defense.
Mm-hmm.
And Clint Capella when he comes back. Dedmon who's played defense. So you have better. It's been better.
Who's getting the boot during the offseason on the Hawks?
Who's getting the boot?
Yes.
I don't think really anybody. I think this is for the most part is –
well, besides Vince.
Vince because he's retiring.
He's retiring.
Yeah.
And by the way, is that like set?
He said it. I don't know.
He's also said it for like 5 years.
Yeah, that's true.
But I actually think he should.
Oh, DeAndre Bembry. If it was anybody, and Damian Jones. Damian Jones, DeAndre Bembry are the two people that probably won't be here next year.
Okay. So we're looking at what the roster could be with the addition of some other people.
Yeah, they're extremely young. You should be extremely excited. If they play defense, like we're top 10 in the league in scoring, but other than the Washington Wizards, we give up the most points.
Yeah.
If you stop that.
By the way, what's up with John Wall? Just in general.
He's hurt.
Still?
Yeah, he's still hurt. He's going to be gone this whole year.
So what, 2 years?
Yeah, and we just tied the game up, so it's 97 up.
That's crazy. That's great. I mean, shout out to our Hawks. Just keep on trying. Just use every game as a scrimmage.
Yeah. If you seen the
To
Orlando
get better.
game before the All-Star break, they play defense very well. Now, Vucevic is a 7-footer who shoots threes. It's hard to defend that. Of course, we lost the game, but we played hard the entire game. But then we played Cleveland and got blown out. And Cleveland's one of the worst teams in the league. So
such a bad market out there. Like nobody wants to play there.
Yeah, we shouldn't be getting blown out by them either.
That's true. That's true.
But Clint Capella is going to help that. Maybe if you don't want LaMelo Ball, somebody who plays defense.
Yeah, I think we'll find out soon, and we got a long way to go with that. We got 5 months?
Yeah, we have a long way to go.
Yeah, that's crazy. So we'll see. But speaking on something that's still occurring right now, what are your thoughts of the XFL being back?
The XFL is boring as crap. And I'm gonna tell you why it's boring.
I'm happier than the format of what it was when it first came out.
Last time. It was so WWE last year.
It was, but they had groundbreaking camera technology that the NFL has jacked and uses now.
Right.
Yes.
The reason why the XFL is not that great is because the quarterback play is terrible.
That's interesting to me because the UFL had good quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. The other leagues, the USFL and all these other leagues had good enough quarterbacks that were once stars.
Right.
But why is the XFL not getting what those leagues had? And this one has more money involved in it.
I don't, because the only quarterback is Cardell Jones.
And by the way, does Atlanta have a team?
No, Atlanta doesn't have a team.
That's weird. In all these other
I thought so too.
things, we had a team, but we don't have one in this one.
Yeah, we don't. Tampa is the closest one we have.
Interesting. Would you ever go to a game?
Yeah. Well, no.
You're going to Tampa. You're driving to Tampa.
If I'm already there, yeah.
No, you're not there.
Then no. No, I'm not going there for that game. No.
I don't want to see the Bucks. I don't want to go to Busch Gardens.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Florida. I just want to see some XFL action.
No, I'm not going. If I'm already in Tampa.
Yeah. Me too. If I'm in Tampa and whatever's going on, I may go that night or stay an extra day to do so, just to experience it because it's there and I'm never going to see it in person.
How much it costs?
That's it. What's the minimum? The max. The max.
Oh, max.
Sorry, the max.
$20.
That's for the whole family. That's for the whole family too. No. 35.
Okay. Just for you?
And that's just no, actually no, because that adds up.
Yeah. I was about to say that's $70 to get in.
60 with tax, 60 total. Okay. Like not it's saying 30, and then like I'm hit with crazy fees.
Right.
Like say the XFL fee.
Right.
And whatever else fee. Nah. But if it's like flat 30, like Jocelyn and I go, nah.
20, I ain't going.
You're trapping
20.
You're trapping a 40.
Quarterback. I do 4 series.
Yeah.
The quarterback play can't be no worse. So
for 3 people, $60. You up in there?
I'm in there. I will take you. I'll pay for your ticket.
So all right. So y'all are eating before you get to the park. You ain't paying for no.
I'd get the whole experience.
I gotta know what the experience is like. I gotta know. I don't know.
It needs an Atlanta team. So
it does. No, I agree. Even though in these other leagues that we had recently, the last one was UFL, right?
Yeah. No, the AAFL.
There's so many leagues.
Yeah.
I appreciate it though that they're trying.
Yeah. No, they are.
That sucks about the AAFL one. That one, like how that unfolded. We talked about that on the podcast in the past. That is terrible how that happened, unfolded, how it ended. But XFL, nah.
It's just the quarterback play so bad that it's sometimes it's hard to watch.
Is it going to last?
I think so.
The UFL had like 2 seasons. The
better.
How?
better players. I guess I don't know. You would think like this is.
I gotta look. Hold on. While you're talking, let's look up contracts. What are they getting paid?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Let's see.
Cardell Jones is the only one I saw. Matt McGloin. I thought it was interesting when they interviewed him at halftime, and he was like, "We need to throw the whole game plan away." I was like, "That's kind of funny." And then they thrown the rest of the game.
Right.
And
I got it, by the way, when you're ready.
Okay. The kickoffs are just weird to me. I don't know if I like the kickoffs.
I haven't seen it. Explain the kickoffs, because it's better than the old version.
Oh, it's definitely better than the old version. But it's
people used to get hurt.
So what it is they line up kind of like doing a play, and then the kicker is back there. So as soon as they can't move until the kicker actually catches it. So it's not like when you kick it, the players are running down the field. They're already lined up. I don't know I forgot what yard line, like let's say the 40-yard line. They're lined up, and so they can't move until the person catches the ball.
Until the person. So the kicker kicks it off.
Right.
And they can't move. The person catches it. The kick returner catches it.
Yeah.
And the line on kickoff and everybody else blocking cannot move. Until can the kick returner get momentum and run up to the ball?
I think so.
Well, I mean, that's a stupid question because the ball may not always go straight to him.
Yeah, it's coming straight down. So I guess they could do it.
Like start running under it, or does he have to run under it, stop, let it drop in his hands, catch it, then run? Or like I said, the ball's coming like this, and you still running and keep going.
I think they could just run and catch it, but
that's not fair.
I don't know. That's why I said maybe I got to watch more. I don't know if I like it.
Because with that format, to me, in my mind, tells me he has to run under it, stop, catch it. That's fair because he's stopped, and then he can run. But if he's, the ball's in the air and he's still like moving and catches it, he already has a whole
and they haven't even started yet.
So I don't know. That's weird. But they're trying new things. We'll see if it lasts. Now, let me. Are you ready for these contracts?
Yes.
All right. The XFL contract they pay the players per week.
Oh wow.
Okay. So it says the XFL uses standard form contract paying $2,725 per week for each player on the active roster, and then $1,040 of which is guaranteed. So they get $1,000 guaranteed. That's interesting. So what's not guaranteed? It says active roster gets $2,725. Okay. So if they win the game, they get $2,222 addition.
Oh, so they get a bonus if they win.
They get a bonus per game.
I guess that's not bad.
Almost 6,000
a week if you win.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
That isn't bad. How much? Like, how many games are there?
I don't know how many games there are.
There are 8 teams, though.
Yeah.
So you're playing teams twice. Let's see. That's sick. You got to have a dynamic squad, though.
Yeah, you do to get that money. You would think why the quarterback plays so bad, but like I would have been like, throw the ball. Like I would have been so mad if I'm a receiver and I want my extra $2,000.
Okay, so if you go, there's 10 games. 6,000.
That's 60,000.
Hey, that beats having a regular job. It does.
Yeah, it does.
And you're on TV, and you're low-key putting in an audition tape to be in the NFL or CFL.
Yeah, because you're making 60,000 in 10 weeks. And we're of course.
Oh, that's dang! I didn't even think about. I didn't even think about that.
Right. So let's say you make 30. Let's half of that, 30,000 in just 10 weeks.
That's crazy.
That's pretty good, and you think of what we're making a year.
Yeah.
But
Dang. Yo, that's crazy.
yeah,
I gotta actually follow this a little bit more. I'm talking about the top team who comes
right.
out. I really need to now because that's
I
interesting.
think
And I wonder too if the quarterback gets paid a little bit more as well.
I think Cardell Jones plays for DC, if I'm not mistaken.
I still can't believe he fell that low in his career to
Yeah, I
I
was
don't know.
not.
I don't know. I don't know.
We're ready for the pop topic.
All right, pop topics. Let's go.
First?
You go first.
All right. Big Baller Brand has rebranded and relaunched. You buying them?
No. I don't believe in the whole thing. I respect it because, like, dang, you came from nothing and you built this up, and then people are buying it and people are hyped about it. He's a great hype man. He is great, whatever he is. I don't know what he is, but whatever. No, absolutely not.
Yeah, his I went on the website today. His t-shirts are $50 and $60 for his t-shirt, so no, I won't be either.
No.
I think it's interesting that Lonzo and LaMelo, the two, one is in the NBA, one's about to be a top pick in the NBA, are not part of it. LiAngelo, the second brother, is a part of it, but
of course, what is he up to?
And that's the issue. He kind of doesn't have options. So the other two have options.
Yeah.
So
I'm signing that Nike deal.
Yeah, so no, I just was interested. You know, I watch Ball in the Family. I like them.
Yeah.
I think I'm happy that Lonzo and LaMelo are kind of branching off because I felt like he was being too overbearing. But
I agree.
I will not be buying a $50 or $60 t-shirt. If I just said I will not do the XFL for $20, I would not buy no t-shirt for $50 and $60.
I agree. Because you could use that money to get XFL tickets.
XFL,
I agree. I agree.
Multiple XFL tickets.
He got a season pass for $60.
$60. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Oh, I didn't realize I kind of talked about one of my pop topics, but I guess I'll hit the other one real quick while I think of a third.
Okay.
Tom Brady.
Uh-huh.
They're not on the same side as far as financials.
Right.
Is this going to happen? Is he not coming back? Is he going to another team? What are your thoughts on this? And also, guys watching and listening, what are your thoughts on this?
I think all signs point to he's not coming back.
That's crazy.
I think both sides. I think Belichick and Brady kind of don't like each other. They kind of tolerate each other, which is crazy because of the success they had.
Yeah.
I think signs have him either going to the Raiders already said they'll offer him a contract. The LA Chargers need him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
what would be the best fit for him? We never talked about that.
I think if the Chargers, if they all their players stayed, they would be the best fit. So if you have Melvin Gordon, Eckler, the two big wide receivers, if Hunter Henry comes back, I think they're the best spot for him. He's not from California. He grew up a San Francisco 49ers fan.
Right.
Maybe he's fond of that.
No other team though?
I think they're the best one.
Yeah.
The best spot for him.
Interesting. Bro, imagine him going to the Browns.
That'd be hilarious.
And scary.
That it would. No, you're right. A quarterback who doesn't intercept the ball, throw interceptions, that would be scary.
That would, and the team they have, but that's not happening. And plus, he wouldn't want to go to no Cleveland.
No.
And also being those colors. Sorry, no offense.
I think he's going to a warm weather. If he's going warm.
I think that's smart. Tampa and not Miami either. So that's not happening.
Bay.
Yo, he low-key could do some damage in Tampa.
If they had a running back, they just need to fix their running back situation.
Easy to fix.
Tampa Bay. That's
so when should he start kind of like exploring those options with his agent? Huh?
Soon as free agency hits. I mean, he should already just like
no. I'm talking about with his agent, his team.
Right now.
You think so?
They should have been did it.
Okay. I wonder what the list is. All right. Well, what do you have?
So my next topic is Hard Knocks is coming back. Only 5 teams fit the criteria. If the team that does not have a first-year head coach, a team that must have missed the playoffs each of the last 2 seasons, and a team that did not participate in the last 10 years. Only 5 teams fit that criteria: the Detroit Lions, Denver Broncos, Jacksonville Jaguars, Arizona Cardinals, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who do you want to see?
Read that out one more time.
The 5 teams?
Yes.
Detroit Lions.
Okay.
Denver Broncos.
Okay. No to Denver.
All right, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals. And Pittsburgh Steelers.
Maybe Pittsburgh, but I think that's just because we might have been wanting to see that for a long time. But if not them, probably Arizona would be number 1. Detroit would be 2. Then 3 would be Pittsburgh.
I like Arizona because they're a young team, especially with CeeDee Lamb, the receiver from Oklahoma. If they draft him, so him and Tyler Murray coming together, I think that would be great.
That's what I'm thinking. And plus their coach.
Yeah, they have a young coach, so I think that would be the most entertaining. My number 2 is Denver Broncos because I want to know how much rap Drew Lock actually knows. So hopefully you remember you seen him in the on the bench saying Jeezy lyrics.
Yes, because we would know. We would know.
Yeah, I just want to know how much he knows. So I think you would do. And Detroit Lions would be 3 if they move on from Matthew Stafford.
Which they're actually thinking about it.
Yeah, they're thinking about
trading. I would actually say I would want him in it.
Right.
And then cut him during it.
Yeah, during the show.
During the show.
Right.
Yes. So, okay. All right. We're in agreement.
You have another topic?
I couldn't. Oh, I guess your thoughts on Clay sitting out and then Kyrie's out for the whole season.
Yeah. I mean, it's been tough for injuries this year, especially for star players.
Yeah.
I thought Clay was already going to sit out. I guess it just made it official. I never expected him to come back. Kyrie, I feel like Brooklyn, they're better without him, which is crazy.
Every team's better without him for some reason. I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel.
Because I think he's the best finisher in the NBA.
Yeah, you just got to get him there. Like, get him up to that point.
Yeah.
Boston is better. Brooklyn has played better without him. So that's a little strange. But, it's a tough year if you like stars.
Yeah. Follow up real quick. Did you see about Westbrook and Harden?
Yes.
They're making up for lost times. It was meant to be back together, all that stuff.
Magazine cover together.
Are they trying to speak it into existence to work?
No, it's not going to work.
Because let me be real with you. The reason that worked was you're missing one guy.
Yeah, Kevin Durant.
Durant's pretty much a part of that. It wasn't 2 of you guys that were doing your thing. Right. Harden, good sir, you were a 6th man.
Right, absolutely. You were a 6th man and
a good one at that, but you were the 6th man. It needs 3 to work. You need 3 to tango.
And I don't believe the small ball is going to work in the playoffs. In the regular season, it might be okay. Their center is 6'5", and let's don't forget that the Clippers can play small ball better than they can.
Correct.
And so it's
people have predicting, as we talked about last year with some super hype, that it's working out. That we said that if what's his name? Sorry, I'm blinking. The Claw. Yes.
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard goes to the Clippers. Then they're bound to possibly win the championship.
Right.
Now, people are actually following that right now. And there's been articles as of late that are saying that that's possible.
Yeah. The only thing that makes them not win the championship is because they sit out. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George sit out so many games.
They do.
That are they going to be in rhythm? Do they even really know how to play together? So that is.
I haven't seen Paul George play in a long time, personally.
Right. Like, are they going to be able to play together when the time comes?
Yeah.
That's my only issue.
I think they'll be fine. I think LA Lakers have a good run at things too. It's crazy.
They
They're
do.
doing so
Yeah,
good.
right.
They're doing so good. But anything else?
No, that's it. The Hawks just went up 116 to 115 with 4 minutes left. So we'll see how that finishes off.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Let you know and
Right.
dissect this guys later on.
Right.
But with that being said, I think that wraps it up for another episode. By the way, this is episode 30.
Oh wow.
30 episodes.
Congrats.
That's pretty crazy. That's pretty good. This is episode 30. Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you guys continue showing us love, and we thank you for it. Also, you see on the ticker down below, follow us on our social medias right there for Third String Podcast. So thank you guys so much. Daryl, it's always a pleasure, and we'll be back as co-hosts for another jam-packed week next week. Hopefully, we got some juicy things that we can talk about coming up. So we'll see. But if so, whatever happens, we'll cover it for you guys. So with that being said, we are out, and we'll see you guys then. Just take care, guys. Peace.